God damn. Perfect. So, how to get people good fast? This is for fucking agency owners. This is for managers. This is for people that are like closers and they got like a little small pod and shit like that. So, first key important thing, systems. Right? Systems. That's like really important. Every single business has systems for their employees. Every single one. In Elysium, bro, we have production sheets, we have check sheets, right? We have dial sheets, which I need to get more of, right? And we break down numbers. If I had my own agency, I would break down numbers all the fuck time, every single time, right? First thing is systems. You want to build systems in your agency. As you guys know what Mac is, right? Bro, if you guys want to like really dial in your team, like know exactly who's performing, how well they're performing, who's underperforming, who did good last month and then horrible this month. Bro, I would recommend you guys invest like $30 in a Mac, and then pay somebody to like track all the data. Pay Chona, she's gonna track every single one of your reps, how many sets they did, calls they did, demos they did, all that kind of stuff. At the end of the week, you could tell exactly who's performing good, who's not performing good. And if they're not performing good, why they're not performing good. But bro, build systems, right? How do you do that? First, you want to figure out like what's the product you want to get out of the system. Like what's a problem you're solving. For example, for production sheets, the problem that I'm solving is trying to figure out, okay, cool, are these people dialing? If they're dialing, how much are they dialing? Right? And how well are they performing? That's the whole point of the production sheet, right? How much product did they get out in a single day? Right? For the check sheet, that's for you guys to get serious. That's for you guys to actually go and develop, go to the next, you know? How many of you guys actually fill out your check sheets? You do? You know what the check sheet is, right? Yeah, how to go from like a setter to a closer. Yeah, you do that? That's good. That's okay. I have a updated version that I'm gonna send over to you. Actually, I have an updated version that I'm gonna send over to all of you guys. Right? What do you mean? Bro, realistically speaking, if you follow the check sheet, you could, bro, become a closer like today. No, no, I got to give him the updated one. No. Yeah, literally. Literally. You know what I mean? But systems, you go find a problem, right? You make the whole point of it is to make it as efficient as possible, right? So you want to break systems. But biggest thing, you could go build a system. That's not the hard part. Implementing the system is the hard part, right? Making sure that everybody follows it. For example, those fucking Saturday meetings that I run, right? That's a system that I created and I implement it every single week to the best of my abilities. And then you have fucking check sheets. I try to implement them as much as I can. Production sheets, implement them as much as I can. There was a guy that came in, who was that tall guy that would wear a fucking coat all the time? Gabriel. Gabriel. The guy came in, bro. It's insane, bro. Like as a business owner, you have to be really good at building systems, right? But you have to be better at implementing those systems. Gabriel comes in and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do business consulting," and he creates a bunch of systems, right? And he's like, "Okay, I did my job." That's not the hard part. Actually implementing that shit is the hard part. Making sure that you guys go and do your job is the hard part. Right? That guy came in, he's like, "Oh yeah, we should do this, 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 this." And then he gives all the tasks to fucking what's it called? Zach. And he's like, "Go do it." It doesn't work that way. Right? But so why do I say that? The reason I say that is because the junior is as good as the senior running them. What does that mean? In your agency, right? Or if you're a manager, if your people are not filling out their check sheets, if they're not filling out their production sheets, right? If they're not filling out their dial sheets, that's not their fault. That's the senior's fault, right? The junior is as good as the senior running them. That's why I'm always on you guys' ass. I'm like, yo, get in that fucking meeting, right? Get in that meeting. Be there. Be active, right? So the junior is as good as the senior. Can somebody repeat that? The junior is boom, boom. Right. So that's like implementing systems. That's one part, right? Again, we're talking about how to get people good fast. One, you want to build systems. Two, you want to implement those systems. How do you build a system? You have to have a problem that you want to solve, right? You create a system around it. And then what you want to do, the best thing you could do as an agency owner is have somebody in charge to make sure they implement it. That's where a manager comes in. One thing I said a while ago, I said that the job of a owner is to do the right things, and the job of a manager is to do things right. What does that mean? Mukadir does the right things, right? I do things right. Does that make sense to you guys? The job of the owner is to do the right things. What does that mean? There's going to be a fuck ton of problems that are going to come up, and you have to go solve them. That's doing the right thing. The job of a manager is, hey, ABC is your job. Go do ABC the best you can. His job is to do the right things, right? Do things right. Sorry. Next, it's not about how hard you row the boat, it's the boat you're on. When you hire people, you want to make it clear to them that they are in the best vehicle they can be. What does that mean? Bro, Elysium is one of the best positions where you could grow up, like develop like a motherfucker. Like there is no other corporate job that I guarantee you guys that you guys could name me that you could go from a setter to a closer to a manager in a matter of 6 months, right? In a span of, and every single one of you guys have that opportunity. Every single one of you guys, right? When you guys are running your interviews, I don't want you guys to run them like a fucking corporate interview. Like the whole idea of running the interview is trying to go sell this person on the culture. Yo, bro, this isn't a job. It's an opportunity. You're gonna be tested. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult. But look at my boy fucking Sebastian. This guy went. You were working where? Where?
Nissan as a porter.
Nissan as a porter. 1.5 months in, he's making 10 bands a month. Like, bro, this ain't no fucking job. It's an opportunity. You want to sell the new hires on that vision, right? But financial is not just the key. One of the biggest things you have to understand, I've seen this at Mike so many times, right? Once people start making like $30,000 a month, 6 months later they quit. Like dead ass, they quit. They burn out. Because an opportunity, what it's supposed to do is something called PPF. That's personal, professional, and financial goals, right? It's a job. Like, for example, let's say I want to keep you for the next 10 years in this company. I have to meet your personal, professional, and financial needs, right? A lot of people, they meet their financial needs, but they lose their personal and professional, right? Let's say you're making $1 million, but you have to go put your life at risk, and you have to go clean fucking shit from the sewers. Would you do it? Would you do it? Fuck no, right? Because it meets your financial goals, but it doesn't meet your professional and personal goals. So a profession has to meet PPF. It needs to meet what? PPF. Personal, professional, and financial goals. How do you do that? Yo, you go create futures. What is futures? A future in a company is, yo, when you start, you could go from here to here. How do we do that in Elysium? We made check sheets, right? Yo, bro, when you come in, you're a fucking setter. You're at the lowest point of this company. You could go from a setter to a closer, right? A setter makes a maximum of maybe $13,000. A closer makes a maximum of like $30,000. You're good at that, you could go become a manager. A manager makes a maximum of $30,000 plus 5% override of the company, you know? And then from a manager, you could go become an agency owner. Once you're an agency owner, you start creating pillars. What is that? You create pillars for day trading, pillars for marketing, pillars for fucking AI automations, you know? Now your income grows the more pillars you have. So that's a future. What does that mean? That means that you could go from here to here. I had a boy that I was Zach put me in front of, and he was talking about a guy named Jason and how Jason was working at some it's a drive-in oil change place. And he was there for 6 years. And he told him, "Hey man, could you see yourself doing this for like the next 10 years?" He's like, "Yeah, I could. I could go become a manager." And then the boy that I'm speaking to literally told that guy, he was like, "Bro, you do realize the manager right now is living with his girlfriend's parents. Why? Because there's no future in that company. The guy's gonna burn out. He's gonna hate his life. In Elysium, you have future." So, Kevin, You want to create future in your company, right? And you want to make that clear to your people. Yo, bro, you're not just going to be a setter. You don't want somebody to stay a setter forever. Like in my short term is going to be good because let's say, for example, Sebastian, the guy smacked 100 bands this month, right? But you do not want that guy to stay a setter forever. Short term is going to be good. You're going to make a lot of money. Long term, he's going to burn out. He's going to quit. And now you lost like 6 figures. You're right now in this company, you're worth 6 figures a month.
I don't want to be a setter.
Yeah.
I want to be-
So you have futures, right? A good leader is the job of the leader to create futures and also connect you guys' vision to that. Yo, bro, you want to go retire your parents? You want to go fucking travel the world? You want to go do all that stuff that you wanted to do? Guess what? This company is going to take you there. You stick by me, I guarantee you're going to do that. There's a reason why a lot of people in other high ticket agencies fail or they quit because there's no future there, right? All these cats that you see that go into high ticket sales and then they go through the program and then they get certified and they get placed with like Vincent Fisher or they get placed with Brez. The reason they quit is because there's no future there. Bro, Elysium is the only place where fucking Alexander was able to go from a setter to a closer to now almost being a manager. And it took him less than 6 months,
Yeah, that's right.
right? Bro, the development is fucking insane. But what does that mean? A good leader creates futures. There's a reason why there's something called a corporate ladder, right? What is a corporate ladder? The corporate ladder gets you stuck in that company for a while. And that's not a bad thing. That just means that the growth is good. McDonald's doesn't have a corporate ladder. Or if it does, it has a shitty corporate ladder. So you want to create like a fucking really, really nice corporate ladder. That's how you keep people that are great, that are talented in your company. It's very, very difficult to go find talent, right? That's where the next thing.
No,
Different. No, we need a proper system where everyone's winning because it's a whole different industry. If you don't make money, we don't make money. Super. Right? And we don't pay you out of pocket, which means we're not incentivized. Yeah. Compared to McDonald's, where well, there's always going to be people that want a job. Boom. There's always people that want to work.
right, no, but like with Brett, is that asked to become a closure, and then one of them managers told me like they have favorites and stuff like that. Like even if they hit a year, I would make
Yeah,
that.
so those are different. Here, everyone gets equal opportunity.
Super.
Never get favored by other person. It makes absolute sense. How can I favor you? If you make more money, you
Yeah,
get
but
more.
if you go hop in like a TJR or Brad Golfer, you got like a 1% chance of becoming a closer. They got the favorites, the people that started with that. Here, bro, I don't care if Sebastian comes last month and fucking Chewy was with me for 8 months. He outperforms, you just pick closer.
Boom. So I actually want to get into that because like we said, bro, Mukudir just said it. He said we need to make it so everybody has the same opportunity. How do you do that in a company? I'm gonna skip I'm gonna skip this. I'm gonna come back to it. Let's go down here. It says every profession has their basic tools. Tools, right? What do you do that? As an agency owner, you have to create tools that your people have to use. What does that mean? I don't expect a carpenter to go lay carpets in my house without the carpet and the hammer, right? I don't expect a dentist to be able to take care of my teeth without their basic tools. The like mini drill and then the water thing and all that kind of stuff. I don't expect a mechanic to be able to go and fix my car without its basic tools, right? They have a toolbox. So what does that mean? Your setters, your closers, you're in the fulfillment team, the fulfillment people, they all have to have their basic tools, right? There has to be a vault where they could go to and they're like, okay, I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this. Our SOPs, they're in the thing, right? On Notion. Boom. So what does that mean? That means, Kevin, you have to create a place that could be a Google Docs, that could be a Google Drive, that could be whatever that you just hand off to your people if they're a setter, you know? And it's like, okay, cool. This is fucking your password. This is the link for the go high level. Okay, cool. This is every single closer's calendar. This is every single closer's access to get their calendar. All that kind of stuff. Payment links. Boom, right? So you want to have a place so when somebody comes in, when a setter comes in, you just hand that off to them. It has everything. Right? What is that? That's their basic tools. Every single profession, every single job has their basic tools. Boom.
Doc where you can just go to, and if you needed email and password for PandaDoc, it was there. If you needed payment links, it was there.
Yeah.
Whatever you needed, like as a setter or closure, you could have just went there and grabbed it without having to contact the agent. So
Exactly. So that's what you want to do. That also goes back to systems, right? The reason you want to do that, systems are to create less friction. right? One thing I want you guys to understand, how good a business does is how good their systems are. For example, if I have a bicycle, right, it has wheels, it has a frame, has a chain, boom. That could take you from point A to point B. From San Diego to Los Angeles, probably going to take you like maybe a day, maybe 2 days, right? Has systems, right? It has a frame, it has wheels, it has a chain, but it's a shitty system. That's why it takes so long. Then you have a car. A car has a transmission, it has an engine, it has a steering wheel, it has brakes, it has lights, right? That's an amazing system. It takes you from point A to point B, from San Diego to Los Angeles in 2 hours, you know? So what does that mean? Let's connect that to business. In business, you have a shitty system, which is some guy outside that's selling ice cream and he has a bell and he's just running around and the neighborhood kids come and they get the fucking ice cream. He makes money. It's a business, but it's a shitty business. Then you have Amazon. What do they have? They have SOPs, they have managers, they have SFOs, they have fucking employees. Every single employee has an SOP. They have a task, they have warehouses.
Let me bounce back off that.
Yeah.
You were talking about the car, like everything that comes with.
Yeah.
To build it, it's hard as fuck.
Yeah, to build it is hard.
A lot of people won't build it. They'll try to take an easy route and go like bicycle.
Exactly.
And which one do you think is gonna work better in the long run to get you from point A to point B?
Exactly. A bicycle is cheaper. It's easy, way easier to build, right?
But in the long run, it's not.
But it doesn't take you that far. While as a car, it's harder, right? It takes a lot more. The reason that I don't want to say his name because it's being recorded. The reason that where Pasha came from, the reason it failed was because it had shitty systems, right? He was using a bicycle with a fucking NOS. NOS ran out, right? And now his whole ship broke down. While as us, bro, we went and we started fucking putting fucking wheels in this car. We started putting engines in this car. We upgraded the engine. We upgraded the transmission, right? There's a reason that we keep on growing and growing and growing and growing because our systems just keep getting better. When you first started, how shitty were the systems? There was barely anything, bro. We were in fucking B&Bs and shit. We were in B&Bs. We had no systems, bro. All we were doing was you come in, you dial, you set, and it's done. All of a sudden, now we have an office. Now we have standards. Now we have fucking rules. Now we have SOPs. Now we track every single stat on Mac, right? Which takes me to my next point. Bro, if you want to build a really, really great company, you have to have SOPs. SOP stands for Standard Operating Procedures. What does that mean? We have SOPs on how to offboard people from the fulfillment team. It tells you exactly, word by word, what are the steps that you need to take. There needs to be an SOP for every single role in your company, right? What is the setter's job? How does he need to do it, right? And every single setter needs to know that from the back of their hand, like the back of their hand. If you don't want to make it, Elysium has it. Go take Elysium setter SOP. Then we have the closer's SOP. Then we have agency owner SOP. Then we have fucking manager SOP. There's like hundreds of different SOPs here. I was talking to Mike. I think there was a video, if I could pull it up. Where is it? This was I was on Mike's live and I asked him a question. I don't know if I could pull this bitch out. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Yeah, I'll get it another day. But you have to build SOPs, right? Next thing, I want to go back before I go to the last point. I want to go back to my first point. It's gonna be when you're recruiting, what you're trying to do, Kevin. Kevin, bro, you know this place isn't a job, right? It's not a job. It's an opportunity, right? Motherfuckers don't come here. They make salary or hourly. They could go make as much money as they want. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to recruit talent, right? You're not trying to recruit bodies. You don't want to just have random people like McDonald's that could do the most basic tasks. You're trying to recruit talent. Like, bro, who's the most talented motherfucker that I could go find? You know, because I want killers on my team. Fucking what's that movie? The one with the stock market and drugs and all that, Wolf of Wall Street. Right? The guy would only go and hire talent. How do you do that? Bro, your standards need to be so good, right? They need to be so strict where everybody that's not serious and they're just curious, you're able to identify and kick them out. Which takes me to my last point. How do you do that, bro? You track stats, right? Like I said, bro, I highly recommend every single one of you guys go invest into Mac. It's gonna cost you like $30 a month, and then hire somebody for like $100 a month or whatever, right? That could go and track every single one of your stats. Who's on your team? You have Chuito, Adrian, Eddie, Isaac Boteo, Kevin Rodriguez.
That's it. And then
Yeah.
it's like 6.
So you got like 5, 6 people.
And that's the thing you said before this, bro. I played that last month. Like my team had a whole bunch of fat in it. Sure, I had more fucking quantity over quality.
Super.
But bro, I had like 10, 12 people. A lot of people got cut, and then bro, now it's just straight quantity. Like
Yeah,
everybody
right now,
can actually play. I don't have any like.
bro, right now you have like 100% serious people on your team. Before that, you had some people that were just like,
That's what I'm saying. So now
Yeah.
it's just lean, bro. So next time.
bro, there's one person in here. I don't want to say who, but they got the foot up their ass. Like they've been here for a really long time and they don't know how to produce really well. Right. At the level they should be. But you want to track stats. The reason you want to do that is because you're gonna see like visually who's really performing and who's not. And whoever's not, cut them out immediately. Right? Because you're trying to go recruit talent. Right. You're gonna put so much time and energy into this person, so much time and energy. And if they're not open to like development, it goes back to like what I covered the other day, how to handle underperformers. Right? The first thing, clean them up. Second thing, if they don't like focus, they don't clean up, cut them. Right? The more serious people you have on your team, bro, your shit is gonna skyrocket. Bro, this would not have worked out. Like what happened with Bella? Bro, she was not serious when it came to her agency. Not serious. So what happened? We had to cut her. We had to. It just wouldn't work out. Right now, every single agency owner is probably one of the most hardworking person here. Every single agency owner, like you guys, work harder than every single person here. Right? And that's not a bad thing, right? Because they're at scale, while you guys are like startup or skill up, right? It's not a bad thing. But bro, cut out all the negative people. But that's how to bro, any questions? I gotta fucking work on my tennis. Can I be on tennis?
Oh, you're back and forth?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you fucked up, though. You gotta get them to engage more.
Subaru.
Instead of saying
Subaru.
like ask them specific questions yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they can actually pay attention.
Subaru.
Like Mo does in his meetings, you know what I mean?
Hey, everybody could improve. So one thing, everybody could improve. Even I could improve.
Yeah.
Right? I do presentations, I don't play tennis a lot. Mukadir plays tennis a lot. He's been doing this shit way longer than I have. Way longer. But let's do this. Yo, Alexander.